choir is a very big part of our music heritage. Americans kind of unite through their favorite sports team. Icelanders unite in song, I guess. There's a big historic social element to singing together. I think it's just this part of togetherness, just right here, right now.
A few years ago, we did a library called Men in the North. We always wanted to do like Women in the North. And it's like, well, we're in Iceland, let's actually do it right.
When we decided to go to Iceland, the first thing that came up was the vocal tradition, a very rich history of choirs.
There are professional choirs, there's a lot of amateur choirs. Women-only choir, there's children's choirs.
The first thing we did before we made any creative decisions was try to select the choir, which is always so hard to do.
What sounds Icelandic to you will not sound like that to me. Don't get a Norwegian choir to sing Icelandic.
I listened to a lot of Bjork, and her music led me to the choir that we ended up recording.
They sing on a lot of big movies. They sang on God of War, Ragnarok. They've done some big stuff for Disney. They are a very professional studio choir.
A lot of them have been singing since they're kids together. It's very different how they glue together as a group.
What are we doing?
This is something very spontaneous. We haven't rehearsed it or anything, so we're going to mix a lot of different versions.
Yeah.
I love it.
Okay. Oh.
Learning that they sing together for their entire lives is a different level of connection. The group aspect, right, makes them gel together and sing really, really in tune.
Sampling the human voice is probably the most difficult thing. Because we're all humans and we know what the voice is supposed to sound like. You can get away with a contrabass clarinet because we might not know exactly what that's supposed to sound like, and we can kind of approximate it and go, that sounds like a low, weird instrument. But if you hear a voice, it's like, I know what a voice is supposed to sound like, and if it's a little bit off, it can have that sort of robotic effect.
I think part of it is trying not to have a library that does it all, that has one sound and that does one thing very well.
There's a certain tone and a quality to it. It has a little bit more of that, otherworldly sound to it.
Definitely the most fun part of the choir is the effects.
What we captured with Women in the North is a lot of these sort of textures. We have something that's called vowel morph, diatonic clusters, shouts, whispers.
That part of the session was so fun, just because recording can sound so ridiculous when you're in the room out of context.
What did you do the other day?
I had to cut so many laughs from everyone, including myself, because we were just having such a good time.
There's something to be said about when you record choirs in a group.
Just the fact that these musicians have such a connection. You can definitely hear that in the library.
I'm very fortunate to be in a position where I get to hire these super talented people. I have just enormous respect and trust for the folks that have been working on these projects. We put a lot of our blood, sweat, heart, tears, all that stuff into this thing. and I think it's really turned out great, and it set the stage for what's to come.